Hey everybody, this is Limitless KRGNN, and we're doing another cool review this week, and this is the Miss Toys Superior Spider-Man CT Toys 112 action figure, ultimate, figure. So this is something that I saw months ago, photos of prototype, and then they talked about it. Everyone talked about it. And I finally got one in my hands. I'm excited. I'm super excited about it. I always liked the design when story of the Superior Spider-Man, when Dr. Octavius took over Spider-Man's body and he started slowly altering his suit. I was digging the vibe because he decided to go with the black and red style, and I think when he went with the first variant of the suit, it looked kind of like a classic variant. Very interesting. And then when he finally completed his complete suit, I really liked it. I wish that suit would stay on a little bit more in the comics so you can see a little bit more. But maybe like in a what if universe, he's still Superior Spider-Man. But I'm excited to have this. Like I said, I actually opened it and messed around with it. He looks so freaking awesome. Of course, I'll tell you how much and where I got at the end of the video. But if you guys don't know the story behind Superior Spider-Man, I'm just going to tell you the basics. Pretty much, Dr. Octavius switched minds with Peter Parker, and the plot twist is that you don't find out towards the end when Peter Parker / Octavia dies, that he switched bodies with him, and his body was already old and beat up. But in the end, he takes over as Spider-Man. He has like a conscience, like he wants to do right things, and he calls himself Superior Spider-Man. And he does it for a while, but in the end, a lot of stuff happened, that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, had to come back. And the way they did it was really cool because technically he really didn't delete his conscience. He tried to, but his mind was still technically in his original body. So it just was being suppressed. But eventually, it's a good story. You should definitely check it out. So now let's actually open this baby up and check out all the accessories that comes with it, and you guys can get a better look inside. Look. Alright guys, so this guy comes with a not bad accessories. He comes with two basic web shooters and at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hands changeable. He does come with two different extra head scopes. One with his mouth being exposed, one with his face, and one of his robot spider drones. And then he comes with these kind of like web effects. Now I think this is from the Robotech line because this is a mold of that line that the CT toys are mass producing to make just different variants of Spider-Man. I think I could be wrong, but I think this one's a little bit bigger than the Robotech one. I'm not sure. I don't have that one, but I think he is a little bit bigger. They did make him a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger size. He does come, and I think this is from that effect. Now he does come with a really cool display stand. I have seen other variants of this stand. One with Superior Spider-Man, they use like a comic image. But I'll be honest, guys, I prefer this one because it just looks cool. Let's take this out so you guys can see right away. Well, stop this one to the side. The display stand is really nice. I don't see any kind of issues with it. No paint messed up, nothing like that. And then the back is glossy and it has like a little bolt for this part. So this part is like a bendable metal. Love that. And he just screws on like that. And then he comes with a little like bamboo hook kind of support. So you do have him grab and I'm definitely gonna have him hanging. I think I'm gonna have him over here, so in the future, any reviews, you'll probably see him there. I'm assuming this part goes. I don't want to force it. If it breaks, and that's it. And there's the stand. Now the box itself, I am definitely gonna keep the box. This is really cool. These are very these are really nice. Now don't get me wrong, I do see a little bit weird paint messed up, but I think that's just the way it came. The little ball joints are from that kind of design from the Robotech design, but it's different, but yet it does the same kind of. So it has that cool flexibility that they you ever had one of those Robotech toys? I did. I had a bunch of Gurren Lagann figures, a bunch of giant robot figures. There's a little bit of like a weird stain in this one. But you know what? I think I could probably add a little bit of like silver to make it look like it's been scratched and he's been fighting. So this one's that bad. And pretty much the rest of the extended arms. Now I do want to see the scope face, so you guys can see that up close. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see that. Alright guys, so now let's actually get a better look at this guy. I'll be honest, every time I look at this figure, I'm like, oh my gosh, he looks so freaking cool. Of course, I want to see how it looks close, so let's zoom in so you guys can get a better look at the figure itself. The paint on this is beautiful. The scope on this is really nice. Man, look at that. It's just nice, man, the detail on this thing. Now, the part that's just kind of like plain is the blackness part of the suit. But it's still pretty cool. Man, this thing's cool. The part where it really shines is the web design of the spider web. And his gauntlets look really cool, too. And then the cool Spider-Man mold of the head. It's really cool. Because if I'm not mistaken, his head, his web, is supposed to be a little bit more chaotic. It's not like it's not supposed to be like all like even. It's supposed to be a little off. I think that's how it is, the Superior Spider-Man style. The back of his backpack, mine's just a little scratch. Again, I think that's like factory damaged. Expect that. Sometimes you'll get a good figure, sometimes you'll get a bad figure. Or sometimes you just get a figure with a little bit of scratches. But yeah. So now let's test the articulation of this figure. Again, so he's technically based on the Robotech figure. So that means it's similar design, has a butterfly joint kind of style. So that means all the joints are these ball joints. And the cool thing about these ball joints, let's just say they break over time. You can buy a bag of those ball joints. I've seen them at eBay, AliExpress. So if they ever get broken, the beauty about that is they can be easily replaced. You just have to, I think even Amazon purchase, you can buy the little ball joints, Rotec ones. So they ever break, that's the beauty about this. They mass produce these already. There's like knockoff ones, and there's cheaper. And yeah, so he does have the butterfly joint. He does open spread. So the cool thing about Robotech figures that they have been getting better over the years, because the early prototypes had a lot of flaws in them and they were kind of restricted, even to have the ball joints. But man, this thing is cool. And then he does have a ball joint from his chest to his stomach. So he does do this. He does have another one that actually I feel like it's just one ball joint, but he has two pieces for his stomach. Now it comes to kicking, kicks pretty high up. Again, side. This is not a bone joint, it's actually just a joint itself. And then he does have a swivel right here, so he does swivel. He does bend. That part, if it breaks, you're on your own. He does have a little bit of ankle privilege. Mine's were like stuck together, I guess because of the paint. But yeah. So let us first replace the head so you guys can see. And then I wanted, of course, right after, let's see him pose for all the extra accessories so you guys can see that. So let's supposedly the head pops out. Take this piece off. And then this part's supposed to pop out. And now let me put the one with his face. I gotta be careful I don't break it. There we go. And now here you go. Alright, that looks really cool. There he is, Peter Parker, or Dr. Octavius, or Dr. Peter Octavius. Man, this, every time, dude, I'm being honest, guys, every time I see this, I'm like, damn, this is so cool. So, now let's actually check him out all his accessories. Before that, let me show you his, so for his claws, for his, well, his, you know, extra weapons, he does just easily slide in. Now, it does struggle a little, so keep that in mind that this could give up because the pressure to put it in and out could give up over time. After this, I'm definitely going to have him keep it on. Now, you could loosen it up a little bit, but by doing that, you make it weaker than one. So, it's kind of like, but the cool thing is, like, these can easily be purchased in place if they do break. But just to show you, now let's see him rotating in different positions with all the extra accessories you guys can see. Alright guys, so that's it. Let's talk about the good and the bad, how much and where I got it. So, I'll be honest, other than just little tiny superficials, there's nothing negativity. The only two little complaints I have is that sadly some parts are factory damaged, so it has a little bit of scrape and then paint. Some of the chrome kind of like shiny red, like a hot rod polish from his back to some of his, spider claws. But other than that, another thing I don't like is the little grabber for the display. It's not the strongest, so he does move around a little. I wish it was kind of like it had one of those metal retractors, so it'll put pressure a little bit, so it'll hold on to the figure. But those are little tiny features, like that to me. Other than that, this thing is beautiful. The articulation, the way the figure looks, the way with his spider claws sticking out, the accessories that come with this figure, it is freaking awesome. Every time I kept posting them different ways, I just kept getting like hypnotized. I'm like, this thing is so sick looking. It's so cool. I'm like, because like I said, I really love the design of this costume. I wish I had a little more time in the comic book universe, but it did not. But man, this thing looks so cool. I love it. I'm happy that they came out with this. I'm happy that Mass Toys or Miss Toys or you want to call it, I think it's Miss Toys or CT Toys. Either way, they're doing such a fantastic job. I hope they keep continuing. I hope they do other variants of Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 2099 or Scarlet Spider. Oh my gosh. Or the updated Spider-Man 2029, the one with the white suit that's different. It looks so cool. I like that one too. Oh my gosh. I would like to see a one of Spider-Man fused with Venom and Carnage that came out in the anime series. I'd love to see a variant of that. I think that's so cool too. But yeah, so that's it. So where did I get it? How much did I get it for? So I got this through a seller in the US, actually in the same state where I live in California. It's the same buyer that did a review last time. It's Toys Forever, and you can actually check them out in Mercari. Of course, I'll have a link below. It's no sponsor, like nothing like that. I just, I wanted this figure, but I was also stressing about the tear-ups and all that. So I was trying to get it from a US seller because usually I know for a fact that they will probably be done with that already, paying the tear-ups and all that. What he told me was that the first wave, he ordered 2 waves. The first wave was like for people who pre-order a month or 2 ago, and people who start pre-ordering now will get the second wave. I don't know if that's going to change because I know I keep hearing all this stuff in the news that more tear-ups are going to China. So it's so messy right now. It just sucks for collectors, figure collectors, for anything, So just keep that in mind. Now, again, you're interested, maybe he still has some in stock. The link will be below. I hope you enjoyed this. This is limited KRGN, and like I said, I really don't have any complaint about this figure. Now, I did pay a little bit more expensive because, again, it is a US seller. They have to make their money back and at least an extra. I think altogether I paid about, here's where I paid. A lot of people gonna be like, what? But I'll be honest, it's worth it. Okay, I'll be honest, this thing is worth the price for me. Even Pirate, some people got it for less expensive. I get it, and that's great. You can get it for cheaper, great for it. That's the whole point. You get an awesome figure for cheaper, definitely get it. I got mine's about $70 plus, I think $5 or $6 shipping. And that's pretty pricey, but man, he's worth it. I freaking love this. Now, I have seen him on AliExpress for about under 30 to 40 bucks. Plus, not shipping, so keep that in mind. You are going to pay about $50 or $60. I have seen eBay sellers selling it for that price. I have seen US sellers for selling it for about the same price or a little bit more. It's definitely worth it, especially right now. Like I said, the tear-ups are kind of chaotic. It could be more expensive to get things from imported. But I think it's definitely worth it. This thing is so beautiful. I'm definitely going to have him displayed like this. I'm just going to fix him up a little bit better because I just did it rushly. I'm going to take photos of him. But I hope you enjoyed this. This is Limited KRGN. Like I always say, anyone to help the channel out, put thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment, and you help my channel out. And adios. Keep on collecting. Bye.